Hey guys, US dash camera here. Today I got a review on new Anker Roav dash camera. As you can see here, it's the Dashcam Duo. And this is another Uber or taxi cab style dash camera. It's got a front and rear camera. If you haven't noticed already, this looks very similar to the Vantrue N2 or the N2 Pro, which I did review before. Now I've reviewed several different kind of Uber style dash cameras recently. The N2 Pro I reviewed at least a year ago. I'll provide links down in the description to those reviews, but also recently I reviewed this Akaso Trace 1, which is the cheapest one I've reviewed and recommended as a very budget friendly Uber camera. Then just recently I did review this Blue Sky C B2W, which I'd say it's not as budget friendly as the Akaso Trace 1, but it does have a lot more features. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got lenses that can twist for better angles. It came with a suction cup mount and an adhesive mount. It's definitely a great option for, I believe, $130 to $140 depending on which package you get. Now this one, I bought it for $130 a couple months ago. I'm not sure if that's the current price, as I bought it right when it came out and I just haven't had time to review it. All of the Anker dash cameras I did buy myself. I was not sent them for free or anything by Anker. While they have very good build quality, they come in great packaging. Anker's customer service is ridiculously good. You'll get people, American English-speaking people, calling you if you have any sort of support issue. So that's really good. But in the past, one thing that's been a big con for a lot of people is they all used batteries. Now, if you aren't aware, batteries don't work that well in very hot climates, especially because in a car windshield, it gets really, really hot. And especially if you want to use parking mode, that's not ideal for hot climates. So this model is the first one that comes with a supercapacitor built in instead of a battery, so that's pretty awesome. In addition to that, this is the first one that supports their new Dashcam Hardwire Kit. It is a very simple hardwiring kit. It just plugs into the OBD2 port, and then you plug your USB cord into that, and this protects your battery from dropping the voltage too low so you don't end up with a dead battery. And this also is what you need for the parking mode with this camera. It's no longer a battery-based parking mode like the previous ones. Now, this isn't a buffered parking mode like most high-end Korean dash cameras or the new Viafo parking mode. When it senses an impact, it starts recording after the impact, but it is pretty quick. For my testing, it seems to start recording within 3 seconds. Now, in comparison, the B2W took about 7 seconds to start recording, so the quicker recording time in the parking mode could be beneficial because you could still capture the person just immediately after they hit you in a parking lot, where 7 seconds is, you could consider that pretty long. You might start to worry at that point that the car might already be driving away. I've already opened this, but let's take a look through it. The packaging, as usual, in Anker Roav fashion, is very high quality. There's a bunch of manuals and stuff in here now. Since I've already used it, some of this stuff is loose. As usual, it did come with a little tool for getting your headboard to install the wires. We got the Roav USB charging port. Now, it does use a micro USB cable. So it uses this 90-degree micro USB cable, fits onto the top of the camera, which we'll see in a second. One thing I found a little strange is it came with 2 different adhesive mounts. So you can use it in 2 different cars, but basically you stick it on there, power cord plugs in there, and then you will tilt it up or down to get the correct angle. So this front camera doesn't spin, the rear camera does. So if you want this to be slightly down, if you don't want too much sky, then you're able to point that down also. Now, looking at the camera, we got pretty standard menu buttons. This is also where the memory card port goes. Besides that, it's pretty simple. It's got a couple indicator lights. It does have IR lights on the rear camera, so you will get night vision. But as I mentioned, I thought it was a little strange that it came with 2 adhesive mounts. And what I ended up doing is taking it apart. You can see there's a little thumb screw there. This is one I initially used. You can see I replaced the adhesive. But I ended up buying a Sjcam suction cup mount. I already had one of these before. I used it for my Mobius when I was using this in my work truck. But these, I don't think you can get them on Amazon, at least when I bought them again. I bought them on eBay. Just search for Sjcam suction cup, and I think they're like $6 each. But here you can see I just took this piece out and screwed it onto this, and now I got a portable removable mount. So it's not perfect, doesn't have a perfect fit, but it works, and I really like having a suction cup mount. I would have preferred that they did one suction cup mount, one adhesive mount, instead of 2 of the same mount. Overall, in terms of video quality, I think most people are going to be satisfied with this video quality. It's nothing extraordinary. It does use the older Sony Exmor image sensors, but it's still adequate. It is going to be recording in 16 megabits per second, and that's, again, adequate. It's good enough. Most people will be satisfied, but since it's a 2-channel camera and a pretty budget-friendly price, I'd say it's an affordable camera. It's not going to have the best video quality out there. The night footage is going to look pretty average. It's not the worst out there, but it's certainly not the best either. So, it might disappoint some people, but every dash camera is going to have a harder time recording at night, so you have to take that into consideration. Even though these are the only older Sony image sensors, it's still nice to have the Sony image sensors because they tend to excel at night better than other image sensors from other companies. Now with the interior camera, you're not really going to need 1080p, but it's nice that pretty much all of these Uber style cameras have 1080p on the inside, so it does give you very crystal clear video on the inside of your car. And at night, with even in complete darkness, the IR lights do allow you to see whatever's going on in your car. So if you have an unruly customer in your car, you're going to capture it. So the video quality is definitely satisfying, but it's of course not the best out there. Now in conclusion, guys, I gotta say it's a pretty cool camera. $130 what I paid seems okay, it seems fair, but it is disappointing that this doesn't have Wi-Fi at all. So while it does have the built-in GPS, for $130 I was hoping that this would still include Wi-Fi, since pretty much all of the other Anker Roav dash cameras do. But at the same time, it's not necessary either. You do have the screen, but if you do want to save files directly to your phone, you're probably going to want to buy some sort of USB adapter, micro USB adapter to plug into your phone, if your phone supports that. So in comparison to other Uber style dash cameras I've reviewed lately, it's hard to really place this one. I think the Caso Trace 1 is one of the best value because while it doesn't have Wi-Fi like this one, it doesn't have GPS either. It comes with a suction cup mount, and it's just very basic, has decent video quality. It might, from what I remember, it might actually have better image sensors than this one does. I believe it has Starvis. Yeah, it has Starvis image sensors. But one con about this one is the lenses are all fixed, so you can't twist the rear one to get a better image of your car, inside your car. But one thing going for Anker Roav, though, as I mentioned before, is their customer service is excellent. If you're not happy with it, they will go as far as offering you a full refund if you just return it used. In comparison to the Blue Sky C B2W, I think a lot of people are going to think this one looks a lot better. It's more appealing to the eye, but I do like that this one Besides being able to tilt the whole camera forward or backwards, you can pan or twist the lenses. Gives you more flexibility. This has GPS as an option. This has built-in Wi-Fi, which I like having Wi-Fi. This is another really good option out there. I believe it's $10 more. I believe it also has Starvis image sensors also. And then of course there's the N2 Pro, which depending on the price I think is not the best out there anymore. The video quality might be better than this one, but last I saw I think it's still $200, which is really expensive. So you guys definitely consider this one. If you're interested in purchasing this or any of the other dash cameras I mentioned, I'll provide links down in the description. They are affiliate links and they do help support my channel to buy cameras like this one and the Caso Trace one and the Vanchu. I bought all of these cameras myself with my own money to review for you guys, so check out those links down below. As usual, drive safe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.